Well, Tales of Two Idiots, and I have them in the studio. They have some weird names. Okay, so they are here. Introduce yourselves. What's your...
Yeah, I'm General Intatia.
General Intatia.
General Intatia, the only comedian with a J.
You
the
see,
General with a J,
yeah,
big J.
That's
And I'm Dr. So, the doctor for gasmic litigation.
Okay, but originally, what are your names?
My name is Benjamin Niam Solomon.
Okay.
And I'm Prince Amwabing.
Prince Amwabing.
Yeah.
And you guys all went to school together, I believe?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
Legon?
University of Ghana.
University of Ghana, okay. So you decided to do stand-up, you do stand-up comedy too, I see, before a crowd? And this one is... the one with...
Lots of the Ribs.
Yeah, Lots of the Ribs.
2014.
Oh, okay. You performed in that as well.
Yeah.
But you've been all the scene for some time around. Is it that you were not performing in Ghana?
Yeah, we're not performing in Ghana. We're having a program in Germany, so we had a little tour with a play titled The Trial of Kafka. So we went and did a lot of performance around.
I see. They always say, and I have to speak, talk about you, Dr. So. They always say that comedy in Ghana was overtaken or had been overtaken by perhaps the Nigerians and other African comedians. Is that still true, or are we seeing a resurgence of local comedy?
Oh no, there's an uprise in local comedy as we all can see. I mean, the comedy shows that they're having recently, they have a lot of Ghanaian acts on it, and I believe and I feel that Ghanaian comedians are doing very, very, very well. And but the support, I mean, media support, I mean, media hype, I mean, we have to learn to appreciate our own. It's not that somebody comes from somewhere because the person is coming from somewhere, so they really have to appreciate the person. I mean, the media and Ghanaians must appreciate what they have. Because if you travel outside, I mean, and we do shows, I mean, people really appreciate it. So we're just wondering why, I mean, in Ghana, you don't get that kind of...
So what kind of act did you put together in 2016? How was it like for you?
I would say it was cool, but a bit difficult. Like he said, sometimes you find it very difficult to get support when, in terms of comedy in Ghana, it's now picking up gradually. People are now seeing the relevance of comedy in Ghana. Before, people would want to see Nigerian comedians, and putting things together those days is a bit difficult. But now I think it's picking up. People are now appreciating what Ghanaian comedians are doing now.
Mm. But if you want to put together a show, Dr. So, how is it going to be like? Because now we know that people have to put together the show and bill you on the show and put you on the bill.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets difficult because they want to make money. So.
Yeah. We are coming out with a 2-video show.
Okay.
And
two-video show.
Yeah, the 2-video show. And as people know, we do political comedy. Yeah. And in our concept, I mean, his presidential aspirant with his own political party running for presidency. So I interview him with, I mean, lots of questions I interview him on, and he has a lot of funny answers that he gives, and that is new, that is, I mean, distinct from what we've been seeing in Ghana. So we are coming out with a 2-video show. It's going to be about 1 hour, 15 minutes of pure political comedy, whereby we will look at Ghana, how we can move Ghana forward, and so that is what we are actually...
Within that context?
Yeah, within that context.
Did you get some good response from the communities you were visiting in Germany?
Yeah, I think I would say, if I'm not afraid, I would say even the brand is doing better outside outside than even in Ghana. Because I realize they tend to appreciate what we're doing. Because what we are doing is a bit new in Ghana. And like, it's a bit, let's say, it's new because we see single comedians do their things, but then we are two, and when we started it was a bit difficult. But I think now it's doing very well. It's doing very well in Europe than even in Ghana. Yeah.
If you want to have local people get involved and also tend to patronize you, just like we have Uncle Ebo doing his plays and scheduling and having people he employs, etc. That'll be lots of work on you, the artists.
Okay.
Don't you think we need to have people perhaps behind you, the artists, and make sure that they structure you very well and you go through a certain routine or rudiment?
Yeah, it's very important. Like as you said, you cannot do everything on your own. You need people behind who also direct affairs. So for instance, we have a group called Nyansapo that we did a play at the National Theatre called the Flagstaff House, and we among ourselves we divided roles among ourselves. So some people were doing marketing, some were doing publicity and other things, and so I think going forward, what I realize is that you have to get people who are also separate, who have really good skills in that. Comedy in Ghana can grow and become better when people are given roles, not in the fact that they are part of the group and they are also actors, because we realized that we're acting at the same time, playing roles, and it was a bit difficult. But then going forward, I think we also have to appreciate people who are really having the skills of marketers, who are good in publicity and other things to help, the productions and other things grow.
I see. Yeah. How do you intend breaking through the local markets then?
We have broken through the local market.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But you're not at the optimum. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you need to be organizing a show and everybody wants to troop down, not to get really half of the halls full.
Yeah, I think that right now, we are gradually building the industry. I'm saying we want to contribute our quota, to make it big. It's not that I will start enjoying the benefits right now. That is the mindset of everybody, like, let's enjoy it right now. But I feel that we really need to progress. So we are contributing our quota, building the brand, and we believe that maybe in the next 2-3 years, we can have major Ghanaian comedy shows, throughout the year, and we can all sit back and say, okay, this is what we contribute.
Because to add up, I believe that there are a lot of underground comedians who a lot of people don't know, but they're doing very well for themselves. That if you hear them, you'll be like, wow, these guys are very good. And that's what we intend doing. We intend bringing all these guys on board. We don't want to do with the known names already, because they are doing well for themselves. So what we also want to do is to bring these guys on board, and also let people, Ghanaians, know that, hey, there are a lot of, because when you go to Nigeria, for instance, they have a lot of comedians that are doing well, even though their names are not big on top, but they're doing very good for themselves. And I believe when we start like that in Ghana, because, like, for instance, in Ghana here, you pick a name. People pick one name and they follow the name. When the name dies off, they come and pick another person. I don't believe it will help. We have to keep, pushing to get a lot of people.
Simultaneously, we need to be raising new brands. Your compositions, or perhaps the dialogues that you tend to write about or put together, how do you do them? What informs you? What inspires you guys?
The news. Political news.
What is current?
Yeah, what is current. And sometimes we also sit down and get inspirations. We just walk in, we're just in town, we just get an inspiration, and we just create a dialogue.
You observe something.
Yeah.
Because we can even pick the dialogue right now, even what's the headlines here, and make it comic for people to laugh about. Because we believe that, all the issues that comes up every morning, sometimes there are a lot of tensions in them, and so we make it comic for people to laugh about.
We'll see how that goes. So what is next for you for 2017?
2017 is going to be big. As I said, the 2-video show is coming up.
You definitely are going to organize it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to organize a 2-video show. And we have a TV series that is coming out, NGO Police.
NGO Police?
Yeah, NGO Police.
I would want to watch it when it's on the Netflix.
Yes, and we'll be doing a few shows here. And in next month, our counterparts are coming from Germany, and we are going to have a show here in Ghana at the Nubuki Foundation and at the Goethe Institute. So they'll be flying somewhere early February, and we have a little bit of rehearsal, then we'll put on the show.
I think we have to give you a special ticket
to
see it. You will love it. Imagine a production. I believe that sometimes we sit down and say we want to do something that has not been done, something new that people want. This production or this play is going to be performed in a black box. So imagine yourself, and then you get close to the actors. It's not like a demarcated audience where you have the actors playing and then the audience are also seated. The audience are part of the performance.
Almost like what the fashion houses do on a runway.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
something like that.
Great. We'll see how that goes with you. Okay, thank you very much. And General Ntatia and also Dr. So.
Yeah.
And you have a channel on YouTube?
The Two Idiots.
The Two Idiots. Okay, so just go search the Two Idiots on YouTube and you get a lot more of them. Do you do a lot of social media too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, try and follow me.
We'll follow you.
I'm on Twitter as well as Roland Walker on Facebook. Let me see. I love local comedy, so now you've joined my trail.
Beautiful.
All right, so that's where we take a break. When we come back, we'll be doing entertainment as a wrap up for the show this morning. Do stay on.